Good evening. Time now for some midweek sports. Cayman's ace professional fighter, Charles Whittaker, will soon ring the final bell on his boxing career. The 36-year-old has only fought once this year in a non-title bout back in the Philippines. That was in May. Now in the back end of a career that's lasted 17 years, Whittaker is frustrated with his inactivity and is considering retirement.
The years of, in all honesty, have been cut down to, with the way it is, perhaps months.
Charles Whittaker counts down the months before he steps between the ropes for the last time.
This is a dangerous business, and it's just been too long, and I can't quite catch the support, the kind of support that is really needed.
After just one fight in 2010, Whittaker is ready to call it quits after 17 years in the fight game.
To continue to go, I'm 36 years old now. I feel great, and I look good. Last I looked in the mirror a couple minutes ago, but it's a long and lengthy road.
And it seemed like you carrying somebody else's load, your load, and his load, and by the time you get to the top, you're ready to roll back down and just lay down and say that's it.
His trainer, Norman Wilson, urges the local community to stand behind the West Bay fighter in these closing rounds.
If Cayman get behind Charles and just give him that one more big bang, and it doesn't have to be the biggest bang like a Manny Pacquiao or a Mayweather fight, but if they could just give him that bang and go out, because Charles have really put the Cayman on the map.
Today within the boxing community, if you say Cayman Islands, there are people who will say, oh, well, I know Charles Whittaker.
Wilson believes his fighter's legacy will be evident when the next crop of professional fighters from Cayman compete internationally. But for now, Whittaker is contemplating his next counterpunch.
I've been running for years and still no finish line.
Here's a look at Charles's career log. After 50 fights in the professional game, he has 36 wins with 12 losses and 2 draws. Charles has not lost a fight since 2004. His last fight was back in the Philippines in May, and 17 years after his 1993 professional debut, a victory over the American Larry Jarrett. Whittaker was hoping for more activity and better fortunes since signing with American promoter Dan Goosen last October. He still has hopes that the Showtime promoter can find him that big shot in the coming months. Whittaker joins me on Let's Talk Sports tomorrow night to discuss his future. Let's Talk Sports comes your way at 7 p.m. Thursday evening on Cayman 27. Let's jump from the boxing ring into some basketball news this evening. And if you haven't gone out to catch the men's Division I basketball finals, then you're missing some epic action. Let's head to the Sir Vassal Johnson Hall at UCCI last night, where the Warriors even the best-of-5 series 1-1 with a convincing 91-73 win over the Wolves. The Warriors in the red jump out to a 23-10 lead in the first quarter, led by the experienced Colin Anglin in the number 14 jersey. He and number 1 Chris Lucas carry the Warriors scoring, combining for 53 points. Nice dish there from Colin to Chris. Lucas led all scorers with 27 points, while Anglin had 26 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals and 2 blocks, including this nice finger roll all the way and the foul. The national captain turning back the gears in the 18-point win to level the series. For the Wolves, who now have to regroup for tomorrow's Game 3, Dwight O'Garrow led the way with 20 points. That's a nice jumper from Dwight. 15 each from Andreas Kirchman and Gary McLaughlin as well. Game 3 bounces off tomorrow night at 7 back at the UCCI Gymnasium. That's it for sports this evening. Weather is next.